recording?
It's off.
Oh, it's starting? What's up, Hot Family? Now we're into part 3 of this build. If you've been following the series, last off, the guys left with the motor prepped, ready to go. Now what we're about to do is start getting the preparation of the transmission going. With that, we have our bell housing adapter that will help us take this S2000 transmission on to the Type R motor. And with that, let's get started. So first things, we're swapping out these dowel pins. That one goes on that side. So for the dowel pins, there's 2 different sizes. This one will be closest to the shift fork. On this one, this little groove will be on the outside, and this will be going inside the transmission. Like that, and that'll be our new lineup. With this new bell housing, we will have to use this new adapter plate. They will provide 2 new bolts and the piece. In their instructions, they'll have the torque specs for them.
48.
Should have them on it.
48 foot-pounds.
48? All right, so on this bracket, do be mindful, there is a certain cut that this bracket needs to go into, that we ran into right now trying to set the transmission. You can flip it 180 and it'll still bolt up, but this little groove will follow the groove right here on the bell housing adapter. So just keep an eye out for that when doing this swap.
All right.
With that,
Stabbing it?
I guess we can stab it and then worry about the transmount once we have that stabbed. So we need this stuff. Yeah, I just heard something. Yep. Yeah, losing bolts.
It's all right. I'm gonna turn this sideways. Watch your head.
All right, what is it, Vic? Super high temp Euro grease.
Yeah.
Wow.
What does this do, Vic?
Help slide in the transmission, prevent any noises.
Prevents fatigue?
Yeah, pretty much. I want to put it on anything that's going to be moving around, just to prevent any noises that we got going on inside the transmission. Make sure everything's nice and lubricated. Also helps slide in transmission.
Let me take some home.
I be cooking with this, bro. That's how I lose weight.
Thinking hard or hardly thinking?
Hold on. Oh.
I got it, so get it, George.
I need another 14 of those. I haven't tied mine all the way down. And just going
You want me to suck it the rest of the way in? There's.
Oh, there's
You got the 14?
So I guess these 3 get deleted.
There's like a attachment you can buy and like cleanse it up.
That's gonna be for the phone. Alright. Was my mic? That wasn't my mic. Alright, back at it with so with 3 bolts, it looks like we get rid of these due to the new bell housing adapter. Pretty much. Throw these away. Unless there's any no other hole, right? No? Nope.
What'd you say the torque spec on this is?
Torque spec on these.
So they got 48 on those. For those 2 we put in?
Did you get those already?
Yeah, well those were the 2 that we put in on here. Like on the bell housing. So I just need the, what do they have the torque spec for the rest of the?
They don't. They just say use factory bolts. Torques as listed.
So what you're saying is?
So these are the ones that we just did.
Yeah.
The 2 supplied ones. M10 by 60.
48 pounds of this.
Nah, I should have them over here. There we go.
What's this? See, I told you 48.
48.
And then the bottom 14s are
33. Go. Yeah, cracks. I'm about to come grab it.
I was gonna say. I need some milk. Anyways.
Yeah, over torque.
Yeah,
over torque.
Yeah. Red means it's good, right?
Red means it's not going nowhere.
That's right.
I got one more over here. Just double check.
And then
The 14.
33 on that bottom one. I guess while we have it already blocked up, we'll go ahead and do the mount.
Hey, Vic.
Tell me what to do, bro.
Hey, I wonder if we can like cherry pick this thing.
We probably could, but we'd have to swap out the front mounts before we go in there. Oh yeah, we can. My bad. When you said cherry pick, I was like, gravy? Look at the 12 and the 14, and then we'll figure out that one.
I bet.
All right. So, one thing that I did miss is the shift fork. When we're stabbing this guy in, have this guy already prepared. Doesn't have to be fully in. Just kind of hold it to the side, just due to the placement of where your throttle bearing will be inside of there. So you do want to have this guy in here, because trying to fight it in here, you'll be fighting the clutch and the where the shift fork sits, what holds it in place. So just kind of have it to the side and stab it once the transmission's in there. With that, we'll start taking off this guy. So right now we're torquing, I don't know what these are. Matt, what are they? You're the master tech here, bro.
Does the box of
I guess I call them dampener weights, is what they call them.
Dampener weights?
Yeah, to like help with vibration, I guess. The actual logistics behind it, don't ask me. Yeah, it's 28 foot-pounds.
Now, because we gotta wait for the mounts to see.
So are we taking these off?
Yeah, pretty much we're deleting this. So we have to take off
Deleting the rubber,
the
right?
14s right there.
So,
So with this new bracket, it does have a certain position. If you go one way, it will hit the transmission.
the instructions do tell you which way to go to the front.
Nah, I know, but just in case.
I know,
didn't
just in
read 'em.
case, just in case.
So if you do face this piece forward, it would hit and it wouldn't sit right. The reason they do it is due to the mounts. It's gonna shift the frame of where it sits on the actual transmission. So this will, I guess, essentially
Accommodate.
sit more forward than middle. I guess we gotta take off this guy.
Yeah, you got a 12 over there?
I think you have the 12.
No, I got the 14. Oh no, I do have the 12.
I like,
My bad.
just don't let it happen again, bro.
I apologize. Forgive me for my transgressions.
What's the torque spec on those?
For the bracket,
Mm-hmm.
28 foot-pounds. I found everything's a lot of 28 foot-pounds. Here, I'll hold over here if you want to torque.
Are they really 28 foot-pounds?
Yeah, they're really 28 foot-pounds. I wasn't joking.
You want to try this manual?
On the front one?
Yeah. Are you spinning it?
No.
Oh, cool, because I wasn't holding it. I was seeing if it would just keep turning on you.
All right. All right.
All right.
Well, we have new mounts.
Oh, we have new ones?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Look at you.
Make sure y'all saying what you're doing. Yeah,
Spoon mounts.
Yeah,
No.
y'all need to say what
We have.
I have been.
We talked about the dampeners. We're talking about this that's 28 foot-pounds. All right. So while we're setting up this new position for the transmission mount, we're going ahead and swap out our OEM mounts with the spoon ones that we have. due to the position where these are at, when torquing them down, a crow's foot comes in clutch, so you can torque it just because you kind of hit the bolt. Again, most of the torque specs will be inside, but these will be to 28 foot-pounds. Can't see. Did I get it?
No,
Damn
not
it.
even close. Oh, we are
Recording.
recording.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So on those bottom bolts on the transmission mount, those will also be at 28 foot-pounds.
All right. So what do you want to do next? You want to do wire harness?
All right, Berto, from here, should we do the wire harness? Since technically everything here from the transmission is done. All right, next.
Or should we put it on the subframe and then do wire harness?
I said the war harness now.
Wire harness now?
Yeah,
I'm just thinking to get it off this table because
Well, when we do the transmission mount, we got to do we got to find the brackets for the side.
we're gonna find them.
They're somewhere in the boxes.
Oh snap! All right.
So with this, we still got this dust cover to put on, but this will be put on afterwards. So this will still be left to the side. Once we get the vehicle in on the subframe and inside, it'll be easier to get. As for now, we're gonna start hooking up the wire harness, and let me go grab that.
Transition.
Alright, it's not
Oh,
straight
it's
no
dirty?
more. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, like,
There's a handprint on the thing, bro.
come on, bro, ain't no handbrake. Quite a good looking guy right there.
He just got good footage.
You gotta do the.
All right,
Which way are we going?
we're about to figure all this out. So
This goes
looks
on the back.
This is the other way.
This
is
looks-
the alternator.
Somewhat normal. Like so. Yep. Factory. Yep. Looks good. What are we doing with this bracket, Victor?
That we're gonna leave plugged in for now, just to figure out what's going on.
Is this?
That's gonna be cold packs.
Oh. I'm looking at it above my head, so it's throwing me off a little bit.
I think that has the little
Yeah, it has the groove.
thing. So as far as this harness, it's pretty much going to be an OEM style harness. It is going to have some plugs that are going to be aftermarket that we'll figure out as we go. As of right now, we're going to plug in everything that we can. There is something to be pointed out. During the last video where they were doing the manifold flip, we did realize that the sensor for the injector rail, that connector sits right behind the brace. So we'll be connecting that and then putting in the intake manifold support bracket.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm loosely fitting everything up. That way we can still move the harness around because I'm sure it has to stretch.
Yeah, it has some weird positions to go to.
So I'm just. ¿Qué pasa, güey? Who put this alternator bolt on? That thing's tight.
I don't know.
It wasn't me.
I don't know, I just work here, bro.
Technically, we don't work here because it's after hours.
That's true.
That is true. Don't worry, I got it. We have the technology.
You guys want to flip this engine so that they can see what you're doing? Like, you're like hiding behind there.
Well, yeah, I decided to put the thing up there, so.
I thought they could see me. I
I
apologize.
can see you, right? You can see what you're doing.
Move them around.
I'm gonna blame Berta for that one.
Right now, I'm getting the alternator 12 millimeter out and putting it back on.
So down here, everything will connect as OEM. There's 210s right here, just like an OEM style on your block that you will put. This sensor right here, or this connector, is very tight. So if you have your intake manifold bracket here, which is gonna be the new updated version, you can't get this connector in. You possibly could, but it's difficult. And also connecting the VTEC solenoids. So make sure that have this off, do your harness, and then go in. The rest will connect as OEM. We did find this sensor, which is gonna be for a boost valve. Found a connector. Based off the instructions, we have a bypass hose right now, but we'll go in further detail once we figure out if we are deleting this or if this will be plugged in and maybe just extended to the OEM hoses. From here, it looks like we're all set up with the harness. We'll start adding our new adapter plate for the mount to work with the S2000 stock subframe.
Do we have adapter plates? You know where they're at?
No, we gotta go grab those. But that's what's next.
Ready, break.
Do the mounts.
So let's worry about the front bracket right now.
So start off. So as far as this mount kit, we are going to be deleting the front. Originally the side mount. We won't be using that anymore for the install of the vehicle. So we'll be deleting this completely. And they have new bolts for this delete plate, which is also part of the timing cover.
Okay, so we're deleting the front bracket.
Yep. And they have new bolts provided.
Deleted. So those are going to be the stubby ones, right?
Yeah, these guys right here. And those will be torqued down to 33 foot-pounds.
Wow, we're not doing 28 again?
No, we ran out of the 28s.
Ran out of 28s?
We'll see that coming soon.
Coming soon. $33?
Yeah. I think the 14's on that side.
Oh, I got the wobble. I'll just use it.
Come on, bro. I need the wobble. All right.
I'm determined now.
So, again, we'll delete that side mount bracket and we'll put new shorter bolts. Again, that's also going to be for your timing cover. So we don't want to delete that and not have anything there because then you could leak oil. With that, we're going to start with the left side, I guess, now of the motor. And with that bad boy, we're going to take off this turbo bracket. That's a support bracket down here. And have two 14s. Or Matt will be doing it.
Matt,
Losing stuff now.
I dropped a washer and we're not even reusing it. You can install this bracket.
All right.
Yeah.
So with this, instructions. This bad boy will go right here, which we're gonna have to take off the turbo
Sitting away?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
it
not.
doesn't?
No.
No.
Yeah, whatever. I was just making sure you knew.
Which bolts do you need for it?
M10 and M12. So with this guy, you'll have a new 17. I'm assuming it's gonna be 14. A new 14. We still gotta put the turbo bracket back on completely.
Oh, they want the bracket completely back on.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, remove lower turbo bracket as shown. Bracket will be reinstalled on top of the supplied engine mount bracket, which is approximately 3/16 in thickness. Using a round file or carbide bit, ovalize the hole.
So we gotta cut this bad boy.
So it's wanting you to take a carbide bit and basically ovalize this end this way.
Do you have a
I know who does.
Brandon? I mean, I can drill that sucker.
I mean,
So-
I just want to.
When installing this bad boy, the bottom side stays the same. This guy that sits on the turbo does have to be ovaled out.
It'll tell you right here. So, and they either say use a round file or a carbide bit, whatever you have on hand. And as you can see, you're looking at the back side of the bracket, and they want you to shave it in this way.
This side of the motor, we will have to disconnect our oil pressure sensor. So we'll disconnect this, take out the 10 that we have right here. that, we'll get our new bracket and mount it. Alrighty guys, as you just saw, the motor's finally in. As far as getting to this final step, there was a lot of things that we didn't record just because we ran into so many issues that we were trying to figure out during initial startup and stuff like that. Everything else is going to be pretty much simple. Shortly you'll see a video of us getting the motor in, which should be playing now. All right, so now back to me. Once you have it hooked up on the subframe, it's gonna slide in like it was meant to be. Once we have the car in the vehicle or the vehicle up in the air, I'll show you little things that you can install afterwards, kind of pointers and stuff like that and what we did. The issue that we kind of ran into, once we had the vehicle in and up and running, again, all the parts that you install will come with instructions, doing the piping for the intercooler, the holes you gotta cut, how to mount the intercooler, which for us now we have the bumper on and we have it tucked behind. When we started driving the vehicle, we're getting boost cuts where we weren't ever able to create boost. One thing that we found was for the stock Type R motor, we do have a bypass boost valve that connects to your blow-off valve. It's tucked underneath here, and we were able to use still the stock hoses, reroute them, and then run it back to the manifold. On our inlet side, for the intercooler piping, they didn't have a place for a mat sensor, so that was something that we had to drill. Signs of Speed is sending us out a new one, but for right now, we kind of have it rigged up where it's working for testing procedures. As well as we were having issues with an over voltage on the throttle body or the electric throttle body. So this is now our new placement, or what will be cable driven inside, and this will send the voltage to the electric throttle body. We found that this little bracket right here wasn't bent back enough, so when we would hit full throttle, it would over voltage the throttle body and it would cut out the voltage. So we thought that was an issue. We recalibrated this. If you've never done one on the throttle position sensors, old school styles, closed, it should be about 0.5 volts, and then wide open throttle would be 5 volts in a perfect world. You try your best to get it around that. Once we got that figured out, we still were having issues. Because the vehicle is on Hondata, we were able to log, and we were noticing that no matter how much we would try to fix this issue, that issue, this issue, after issue, we kept on seeing that our miles per hour was at 0. And it kind of came into the head, old school, you know, B series, K series, for them to hit VTEC, you need vehicle speed, temperature, and oil pressure. And since they didn't have vehicle speed, we ended up finding an issue with that, which I'll throw up the car up in the air and we'll get more in depth into that.
Yeah.
All right, so down here on the vehicle speed sensor, we ran into an issue where all the wires are black wires. We had to disconnect it. Well, we did a continuity test from here all the way to our PCM connector, which shortly I'll show you where our PCM connector is. And what we did to figure out which one is reference, source, and ground, we painted them. And by testing, we were able to depin this and repin it in the correct position. All 3 wires were pinned incorrectly, and that's why our speed sensor wasn't working as it should. Once we had that, we were finally able to hit boost and get the vehicle up on the road. Still fixing up some things, but I'll show you down here while we're here. Everything else, again, it's gonna be pretty simple once you start going back in. If you saw our teardown video, you'll follow it as our buildup. Our fuel lines are right here. So we'll have a converter for the feed line, which is gonna be the green adapter, and then our return will have a clamp style. Down here for our placement for our oil pressure switch, we did tap into the side mount and put the stock OEM 10 in there to have a better security of the harness instead of it just running around. The PCM is down here. So one thing that we also ran into, this vehicle will be going flex fuel, so we'll be adding a flex fuel sensor. When we disconnected the PCM connectors and added the E85 sensor or the 5-volt reference, we found that the terminal was cut like to the tip. So we were able to depin it and run longer wires. Well, I'll show you once we have the vehicle down, those 2 wires that we have extended now. One of those will be for the E85 sensor that will have it tapped in on the fuel line. And the other one is for a module that our shop foreman here has figured out how to make the RPM work with 2 microcontrollers that takes in the Type R RPM and converts it to the S2000 cluster for it to operate and read. Other than that, everything else, again, will be in the instructions. These springs are kind of tough, so just be careful, wear some eyewear when you're installing these bad boys right here.
How good are the instructions on the paper when going installing everything?
As far as instructions and everything like that, they're great. Couple difficulties, again, because ours is a front mount style Type R swap compared to Science of Speed. When we reached out to them, it seems like everyone else is doing the V-band style?
V-band style.
So the V-band style, they have more research on that application than compared to the front mount style, which is something that we've been able to reach out to them and kind of send out some pictures and kind of how we fix some issues and stuff like that, just so they can use it as some R&R. But again, everything else will be pretty much simple. The bracket, this will move the placement of the transmission mount to sit perfectly due to the bell housing adapter. It's going to be plug and play again. The thermostat housing is a little difficult. You'll see it down here. They do have a little band where it'll support it. The elbows that are on there, I would recommend, and when I have the vehicle down, you'll be able to see we kind of painted them to mark where was the position of everything. That made it easier for us because once they're tight, you can't really move them. For the return, on the coolant for the radiator, that one you still use the OEM S2000 one. Make sure you don't throw yours away. You do cut it to a certain length to fit. Again, everything else though is straight plug and play. It's simple. It's nothing much to it. If you saw the teardown video, it's pretty much the exact same thing going back in.
I have a question.
What's up?
What about if I want to uninstall the transmission for no reason? Like how easy is that if I want to remove it for no reason?
So that question is being brought up. We ran into an issue where the pilot bearing wasn't sitting flush. We're having some clutch noises.
No.
Welcome to recheck number 1. As a recheck king here, at my job, I know how to, this doesn't worry me at all. The transmission is not disengaging from the clutch, so the wheels keep spinning even when it's in neutral, so it's coming back down again. So we're gonna see how easy it is to remove this again from, without dropping the whole thing, so.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Again, a lot of things that we were running into. The fitment going in is great. However, though, if you ever have to remove the transmission for a clutch upgrade, pilot bearing, throwout bearing, or anything of that, the top part of the bell housing on the transmission does hit with the firewall or the tunnel. So once we removed it, we did get an air hammer and kind of smashed it in, so that way we could be able to drop it and put it back in if ever needed to. Hopefully it never has to come out since we already had an upgraded clutch. But those are kind of things, as well as hitting the firewall. I'll show you once we have the vehicle down again. On the high pressure pump, the 17 nut that holds the feed line does hit with the, the cover for the wipers.
The cowl?
It hits with the cowl. That one we did air hammer it just to prevent any hittage. we will be relocating, redoing our high pressure line and relocating the fuel pressure regulator. Trying to think anything else that we missed. Again, harness and everything like that will be completely OEM if you're doing the Honda with the Bosch ECU. The harness is out of a stock Type R.
Remember on top you can show them how to route the harness so it won't get with the exhaust pipe, remember?
Okay, yeah. So that was one issue that we did run into. Due to the harness, how it runs and it taps into this side to connect to everything inside the vehicle, it's really close to the downpipe. So we do have some zip ties, which we'll be clearing up. Again, the vehicle's finally up and running, but we're still fixing minor issues that we want to make sure that the vehicle's gonna be safe and be able to have a good day once we're ready for the dyno day. With that, they do send us a little modulator that's supposed to help for the electric power steering. We had it plugged in, it did not work for us. Based off of Honda and the S2000 wiring diagram, it needs to see RPM, which is something that we're gonna be tapping in to make the electric parking or power steering work. So that's something that we are running into right now, that we don't have electric power steering, but we'll be figuring that out. But as far as the swap and getting everything up and running, that's kind of mostly everything that we ran into as of right now. We did upgrade the couplers. That was another thing. Once we started going out for spins and trying to hit boost and make sure that, you know, temperature was good and air fuel ratios were good, the couplers they sent us out kept on popping off, and if we would tighten them, they would break off. So we did swap them out for some better quality clamps. So that's something also that would have been nice to have had out the box instead of having to replace each and every one of those couplers. We still have our AC lines. We will be putting AC in the vehicle, so we have left our lines there for now to figure out how we're gonna place them and everything like that. We have the bumper on to test our compressor. We'll be doing an electric compressor, which later on you'll see a video on how we do that, making our custom lines and everything like that. Our goal is to have the placement here. But as of right now, again, just trying to fix the little issues with the vehicle to make sure that it is up and running and we can keep on going with the upgrades that we have in store for this build. So now that we have the vehicle down, the first thing is this guy right here. If you can see up here, we've kind of hit it because it was sitting straight on this jam nut. Again, we're gonna reposition our fuel pressure regulator. We have some new lines coming in. We'll redo this bend and stuff, which would have been nice if we would have had already the line just kind of pointing down this way and having the fuel pressure regulator over here, which is something that we're trying to currently figure out how to reroute this. Brake booster, they'll send you their own line, their own little tee-offs and stuff like that. When we're on those test drives, we did have an issue where there is a little like rubber cap right here on the manifold. So if you can see it, it's this guy right here. We went to go hit boost and we lost boost because all the air went out. So we put another coupler on there, put a clamp on there to hold it, and now the vehicle's running up. These are the wires that we were talking about earlier, one being for our E85 and then one being for the RPM signal. As far as grounds and the power for the starter, they'll give you some. We use their grounds, however, we use the stock S2000 starter power cable. Fit nice on the Type R starter. With that, we've done some minor upgrades. If you see a fuse right here, this for our relay powered to the fuel pump. Since we have an upgraded fuel pump, we did a relay to make sure that it has enough voltage to power the high pressure pump. We do want to fix this, which is supposed to be for the PCV system, which the hose is really long and we've trimmed it already. So we're still trying to figure out how to reroute this. Again, it's still not perfect or beautiful or maybe up to par where we want it to, but the vehicle's up and running. Other than things that we've pointed out, everything has been great. We were having an issue with the AFR sensor where on cold start, when you start the vehicle, it kind of starts kind of rough because it's not reading anything. The way they grounded it on the PCM, it's cut and then it's grounded. Again, it was footage that we didn't get just due to the fact of trying to get the vehicle up and running and figure out little issues. And while we're working on this, we're working on that. But we got that figured out, and now we have the AF sensor working as it should. From there, I mean, it's kind of it. Only thing really left is to do is start it up and finally hear it. All right, so before we start it, actually, connect the back the AF sensor. This is what we're talking about, this harness right here. You can actually see where, let me get some light on there. Right here, where it kind of touched on the downpipe, just because it's too loomy. So right now we have a zip tie here to the radiator hose, just to kind of keep it away from the downpipe. But if you look right here, we have space now. But due to the slack that it has, it was getting on there. And then those wires will just go inside.
You show the marks that you were talking about, the marks we did?
Yeah, so if you come on this side, or depending on, so we can see one blue paint mark right here. We have another one on these elbows. So on the, you can see where we have it painted. And then we did it also for the top ones. Might have moved, but we did have them marked on where we had kind of set up, preset these radiator hoses. All right, now.
Give like a little quick sneak peek for the next video.
More things coming, more things coming.
It was this over here. Oh,
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
So this is the state-of-the-art seat. You know, you get all the aero.
Yeah, don't need seatbelts or anything. It's fully safe. And there you go. She's up and running. Again, right now the RPM isn't working just due to the fact that we're still trying to figure out all the little issues. We'll have temperature working on it as well. We'll be getting rid of all the other lights that are on here. But the fuel pressure or fuel level is working as it should. Speedometer is working as well right now. And again, you can kind of hear the vehicle where it's kind of rough and then it kind of clears up. And we finally have it up and running. Wow. So, stay tuned. Make sure to like, subscribe, keep on following the build. We're almost there. Still some more things to come that we're waiting on. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. What else do we have?
OnlyFans, I mean.
Hey, yo.
That is it, yeah. Platforms.
All the platforms. Stay tuned. Still more to come. Still deciding where to take this bad boy to get built. Go ahead and start dropping comments on which I think it's gonna make. Again, it'll be on E85. We'll be doing a flex fuel. Because we're stock high pressure pump and stock injectors, we're looking to an E20, maybe an E30 blend. Let us know if you know any good places in Texas, maybe like the Dallas-Fort Worth area that has some good E85. And with that, we're out.
Are you gonna hit the camera?
Oh.